Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow nestled between rolling hills, there lived a curious young goat named Gary and a gentle sheep named Sophie. They were the best of friends and spent their days grazing, exploring, and sharing stories under the warm sun. One sunny morning, as they munched on sweet clover, Gary said to Sophie, "I've always wondered what it's like on the other side of the hills. They say the grass is even greener there." Sophie, who was wise and cautious, replied, "It's true that the other side may seem tempting, but our meadow is safe, and we know it well. We have everything we need here." But Gary's adventurous spirit couldn't be contained. He had made up his mind. "I think I'll go see for myself," he said with determination. Without further ado, Gary bid Sophie farewell and set off on his journey over the hills, his hooves carrying him farther and farther from the meadow he had called home. Days turned into weeks, and Gary did find greener grass, but he also encountered challenges he never imagined. He faced fierce wolves, crossed rushing rivers, and had to find shelter during thunderstorms. He missed Sophie terribly and yearned for the familiar comforts of their meadow. Meanwhile, back in the meadow, Sophie patiently awaited Gary's return. She spent her time looking out over the hills, worrying about her friend's safety. She knew that the grass wasn't always greener on the other side. One day, as the sun began to set, Gary returned to the meadow, his coat dusty and his heart heavy with newfound wisdom. He saw Sophie waiting for him and with tears in his eyes said, "Sophie, you were right. The meadow we have is the most beautiful place, and your friendship means more to me than anything." Sophie welcomed her friend back with a warm smile and a gentle hug. They spent the evening sharing stories of their adventures and the lessons they had learned. From that day forward, Gary and Sophie cherished their meadow, knowing that true happiness was not in distant pastures, but in the bond they shared and the beauty of the place they called home. Together, they lived their days content and grateful for the simple joys of life, forever valuing the friendship that had grown stronger through their shared experiences.